Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. Yahweh being the name heavenly, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, when you're going into the end of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is being described in detail, and it has a specific order to it. You see, and just like the Valley of Jehoshaphat, just like the Egyptian captivity and the Babylonian captivity, the Israelites do not have to fight this situation. See, they stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. The Lord fights for them and cause their enemies to fight each other and kill each other. I want to grab all of those precepts and show how prophecy prophesies that Esau, Edom would be fighting themselves. But first, we'll start off with Matthew. I'll start it off with Matthew 12 with Yahushua words. 12 and 25, it says, And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. See, and that house goes into a family. Verse 26, it says, And if Satan cast out Satan, see, if the house of Satan cast out the house of Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Okay, because it's a group of people that's going to have rulership over the kingdom. Now, let's see. To go right into it, you go into Genesis 27. Okay. And let's look at the blessing of Esau, Edom. It says, And Esau said unto his father, Have thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40, And by your sword shall you live. That's a very important part of Esau, Edom. The sword, by his sword. It says, And shall serve your brother, and it shall come to pass when you shall have the dominion, when you have the rulership over the kingdom, when you have the rulership over or of the kingdom, that thou shalt break his yoke from off your neck. Now we know during the Roman Empire they had the rulership, but then they fell, and just like in Revelation 12, 13, 17, and 20, their rulership fell, and they came back into power, and it fell to Jacob. Jacob started to rule for 1,000 years, like Revelation 20 say, and he became, he put a yoke on Esau's neck that was him putting him in that chain, putting the chain on him and throwing him in this, pretty much into a yoke-like state where he can't overpower Jacob. And pretty much Revelation 20 goes into the deception. He wasn't able to deceive the nations anymore. So that was his yoke that he had, that he couldn't deceive the nations anymore. And he had to serve his brother Jacob. Now, we're going to get into that sword. And then we're going to identify who is the Edomites of today. The sword in Revelation 6. He said, by your sword shall you live. This is Revelation 6:4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they talking about a nation of people, Esau, Edom, and they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So this horse, this power, because horse stands for power. This is why he used these analogies of horses. And horses was the ones that led the military. The kings would ride horses, you see, back in the ancient world. So before the car came out and they abandoned the horses. But horses used to be an expression of power. So this power, this nation, and a nation was called powers. Okay, like in Ephesians 6:12. It says that they shall kill one another. So they the ones going to be killing. The nation of Edom will be killing one another. Now, let's go into it. This is 2 Ezra 11. Who is these people today? Start with verse 5 to get to the point. It says, moreover, I beheld, and lo, the eagle flew with her feathers and reigned upon the earth and over them that dwell therein. Now we know that Russia and America, they uses the eagle. This is their spirit bird, as they say, their bird that represents them. And so what would this American empire, how would it fall? Verse 39. It says, are not thou it that art not thou it that remain of the four beasts, who I made to reign in my world? See, the Lord gave them power, gave them a kingdom and dominion through the blessing of their forefather Esau. He made them to reign. They didn't have no special powers. They didn't have no special intelligence. The Lord made them reign. It says that the end of their times might come through them. They're going to be the ones to destroy their own kingdom. They're going to fight with each other. See, they're going to be the ones to fight and destroy their own kingdom. Now, when you go into another precept to back that one up would be, let's see here. Revelation 17, Salakia. Now, Revelation 17, it talks about a woman. Look at verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast. So you got a woman sitting upon a scarlet-colored beast, a red horse. You see a red dragon, like in Revelation 12. That dragon and that horse is representation of the nation of Israel. But it's gonna be they giving you a separation here. It's a woman is gonna be sitting on the beast. So it's gonna be two different entities of Edomites, the woman and the beast. Okay, you jump down to verse 16 to get to the point. It says, and the 10 horns which you saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. So he's gonna have part of the beast gonna hate another part of the that's something that's riding on the beast. Okay, or it explains what this woman is in Revelation 18. See, they're gonna start to hate the whore. In the whore, verse 18, it says, the woman which you saw is that great city which reigned over the kings of the earth. So the woman is reigning over the rest of the nation. But the rest of the nation is going to turn on the woman. Let's get it in Obadiah. Because Obadiah wrote all about the nation of Edom, okay, and everything concerning Edom. Look at verse 7. It says, all the men of your confederacy have brought you even to the border, to your end. See, a border can represent the end to the beginning. Say, all the men of your confederacy have brought you even to the border, even to your end. See, your own confederacy, the people that was with you. You was riding on your nation. See, that you was riding on the beast, the men of your nation, and they what? It says the men that were at peace with you have deceived you. They deceived you, your own nation of peoples that you was ruling with. See, y'all, you was riding on them and depending on them and at peace with them. They deceive your behind. It says, and prevail against you. See, started to hate you. They that eat your bread have laid a wound under you. There is none understanding in him. See, Esau ain't gonna understand that he is the same nation, and they're gonna be destroying each other. Okay, and this is one of the hidden things that Esau ain't gonna tell the people. Now I'm gonna get Jeremiah to finish this off. Jeremiah 49 and Jeremiah 50 talks about this is what was going to happen to Edom. And this shows you that the Babylon in Jeremiah 50, the daughter of Babylon, is talking about the nation of Edom. Verse 20, it says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he have taken against Edom. See, Edom is being pretty much taken by the Lord, and the Lord has a plan for the nation of Edom. It says in his purposes, his plans for the nation of Edom, that he have planned or purpose against the tabernacles of Teman, Germans. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. So America is the least, right along with Israel. Okay, they're going to start to fight the rest of the nation. And see, America and Israel, they're a team. You see, because you got 6 million small hats here in Babylon, and the small hats is controlling Babylon's industries. They're the top of all the industries. They're in the freaking White House and the politics. They're at the top and controlling everything. Okay, so it's talking about Amalek, this least of the flock. See, they in Babylon, and they in the Holy Land. Says, surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them. Okay, so the least of the flock is going to draw out the rest of the nation. And these other nations is going to turn on Amalek, okay, and figure out that these peoples is the problem. Now I think it links up. And this, which one is it? 50, there it is, 40, 45. So Jeremiah 49 and 20 and Jeremiah 50 and 45 says the same thing. See, the same thing that happened to Babylon is going to happen to Edom. The least of the flock shall draw them out. Okay? So they're going to be warned against themselves. They're going to destroy the Satan, going to be against Satan. See, the adversary of the nation of Israel. And I want to get Kings, I think it was 11 something. Because it called Edom the Satan in 14. It says, and the Lord stirred up and Satan unto Solomon, Adad the Edomite, he was of the king's seed in Edom. Okay, so it was a Satan that was an Edomite. The nation of Edom was always a Satan. And let me go into that real quick if I can. Satan in the Hebrew.
Strong's H 7853. Satan.
This is the primitive root of the word. It says an adversary. This is where they get that word Satan from. Satan, it meant adversary. See, it's 5 times and 1 time to resist. So it says to be or act as an adversary or resist or oppose. So this is what this Satan stuff comes from. The Hebrew word of to be an adversary to someone, like a military or not. It says something here. Oh no, it don't say it on that one. It says adversary, to lie in wait. Gives you the verses that says that these adversaries is talking about Satan. See, in all of these places, adversaries. All of them say Satan in the Hebrew. This is where you get that. It's not some fallen angel. It's not some demon and Lucifer and all that crap, man. This is talking about the adversaries. Okay, so this is what the war is all about. The adversaries of the Lord is going to be killing each other, and then they're going to turn around, okay, and start attacking the Lord. Well, he going to fight his adversaries. Let me get that. It's Revelation. So they're going to fight each other, destroy each other. They would say it's going to burn this great city. They're going to burn that great city with fire. And then after that, this is what they're going to do. Verse 19, it said, and I saw the beast. So after the beast burned Babylon the Great America with fire, it says, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So they're going to destroy Babylon the Great with fire, turn on her. Babylon the Great, America, the United States, going to burn it with fire. Then they're going to turn around and prepare the war with the Israelite Messiah, Yahushua Mashiach, and his military, his band of angels, and the 144,000 going to join into that too. So this is how the nation of Edom is going to be destroyed. This is the climax of the nation of Edom. They're going to first attack each other, and then they're going to try to turn immediately. They're going to have to turn and fight against Yahushua. That's what was it? Revelation 12 is going into. Salakia. Verse 7, it says, and there was war in heaven. See, first they're going to blow up Babylon the Great America, and it's going to be a war in heaven with this red dragon, which is the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. See, you're going to have Russia still up and going. You're going to have the 10 horns, which is the NATO and the EU, the European Union, the Edomite Union. They're going to be still up and running, because they all going to combine together and blow up Babylon the Great America, the great city, the whore. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, and the old serpent called the devil and Satan. See, the deceiver and the adversary, which deceived the whole world, and he was cast out unto the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. That word angel can go for military, host. That's why he called the Lord of hosts. See, that's the same word that they're using for angel. See, angels can mean military, or the Bible will say host. And this is what it's talking about. It's not talking about a literal angel of the Lord. That's why it was being specific when it said the angel of the Lord. I always say angel of the Lord. But this just says angels, because this can talk about a military. Michael and his military, his armies, fought against the dragon and his armies. This is what Revelation 19 and 19 is talking about. It's not talking about some freaking fallen angels from the sky. The nation of Edom, the so-called white man, is going to be fighting and killing each other, like in Revelation 6, as the red horse. And Yahushua said, this is how his kingdom is going to fall. Okay? Not falling because the Israelites got some special powers and just started to invade the Edomites. No. The Edomites going to destroy the stronghold, Babylon the Great. Let's look at how they're going to destroy Babylon the Great specifically. Let's see, Isaiah. We want to get Edom, because Babylon the Great, they could say that's some other kind of situation. Or the great city, they could try to go around that, but you can't go around this one. This Isaiah 34, and I'm going to get to 5 to get right to the point. It says, and for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumean. See, Esau, Edom, upon the people of my cursed judgment. See, that those nuclear missiles is going to be dropping like a figs off a fig tree and leaf off of a vine. See, in like the stars in the sky, they're going to be coming down in Babylon the Great America from Russia, in the EU and NATO, and all the people that's what you call the allies with them, China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, All of them gonna be shooting their missiles over here, and it's gonna come down upon Idumea, but a specific Idumea, specific place of Edom. See, not the whole nation of Edom is gonna get rained on by nuclear weapons. Only Babylon the Great, the stronghold. Verse 6, it says, and the sword of the Lord is filled with blood and made fat with fatness with the lambs of goat, with the blood of the lambs of goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. See, Basra is that place, Babylon the Great. See, that stronghold of the nation of Edom, the place where they're reigning out of, and everybody going depending on that place. See, it's going to be a great slaughter in that place, and all of the weapons is going to blow that place to smithereens and cause a lake of fire. See, this is why Revelation 20 is talking about the same thing this is talking about. Fire and brimstone. The fire won't be quenched. You see, it will pass through forever and ever. The smoke of her burning will go up forever. That's why Revelation 18 says, look at the smoke. We can see the smoke of her burning. See, it's describing destruction. That lake of fire is describing the destruction of Babylon the Great. And death and hell is Esau, Edom. The book of Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says Esau is as of death. See, and then it got the pale horse is as death and hell. See, that pale horse, the pale peoples on the earth, is the Edomites with leprosy and albinism. But they are, when you see them, they look red. We call them rednecks. This is who the lake of fire is talking about. It's going to be coming after these American Edomites talking about make America great again. No, it's going to be great because it's going to be what it says here, a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, Basra, because it's a Connecticut Basra over there, because the Lord made these Edomites name it that. You got a Texas, Edom, Texas, because the Lord made them name that thing that. Let you know this is Esau, Edom's Basra, and that's gonna be. This is where the great slaughter is gonna happen in Babylon the Great, America, Basra. The shadow of Egypt, what else? The spiritual Sodom in Egypt, Revelation 11 and 8. See, this is the place that is going to be burnt with fire by the Russians, by Russia and Putin and all of the peoples on the east. They're going to turn on Babylon the Great America and burn it with fire. This is why Putin in Russia, they got an orchestra playing, talking about while the Negroes is sleeping, we gonna get some bombs and blow America up. See, they singing the song in a freaking church or somewhere, cathedral. They singing about blowing America up. You see, and what about the Negroes sleep? The Israelites over here, they dead sleep. They don't even know they're Israelites. They sleep, and they gonna get blowed up right along with the rest of these jokers. But the elect of the nation of Israel gonna be delivered from this destruction in the great city. Okay? That's Revelation 11 and 12. So I just want to bring out the Edomites gonna be the ones to kill each other, like Revelation 6 say, and just want to bring those prophetic prophecies out about it. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rikah Kadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.